Attention, attention, attention. This is the Townnet B of the day. If you're around and would like to check in, please come in with your call sign phonetically. This is TN number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo. So yeah, reminder to all that the net is being recorded for training purposes. You may come now.
Team Yacht number 4, Lima Echo India.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Yacht number 2, Golf Echo India.
Okay, we have three to begin with. Anyone else is coming? Anyone else? Come in, come in, come in.
Unit number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Unit number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, anyone else? This is the official call out. Town B of the day. Check in, check in, check in. One last call. Okay, we will begin. So, um, okay. Well, a little update. It's like Net A happened, and a few hours later, I already have new update. So basically, from Net A, I updated that the the repair guys came and took away the machine. So finally, I'm not like living on the airplane anymore. And I mentioned that because it was a wind element, right? It kept blowing for like so many days. So it's a wind element chi that is stuck. So you have to use something to counter the wind, which is sound. The sound is thunder, right? So I take the law instrument, which is it looks like a big golden disc, and it like wow like that, right? So I use that as the tool, and then I use the power from the local altar and put the god inside to Jing Tinte and Jing Sam Yip the place, and wow wow wow, and I was like actually the god is like, hey, you know what, as you go you can use the number as the spell, so you go like 225 225 225 333, and then 77777 no around, and then you go back to the 225 225 333, and it becomes a spell. So dong 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 like that, and then it has like kind of like a melody going on, and that becomes the spell. So eventually, using that instrument, it neutralized the wind sat, which is obstructive chi, right? That is stuck here. If you don't clear that obstructive chi, it's going to be like pretty bad. It's going to like have a lot of chi stuck here, and it will prevent my luck, from flowing properly. So by neutralizing that right now, everything feels more like it can finally circulate. Anyway, so that is a little cool thing that happened today using that. And of course, a lot of div is going on because as I'm talking to the god, every procedure, every little steps, you got a div, right? Like, do you get it? Do you get this message? Is this correct? Right? And everything got dived, and yeah, it was really fun experience. Just you see, from like that kind of shit, like shitty experience, you got like bombarded by the fan. You still learn something out of it, right? Keep learning. Really cool. Let's go. Teacher number 4, Lima Echo India.
Tinyet number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, Ajahn. Yeah, it's quite interesting how like you can come up with things like right on the spot for a situation, and even can I actually never heard of using sound to like the thunder method to clear the E crap out. That's quite like less time consuming, I would say. It was here we would be I don't know, walking around and I don't know, using a sword and drawing Faji and with the spray gun and all that. Like dang, that's that method seems pretty, I don't know, like quick. It sounds like yeah, that's something I just heard of today. So yeah, Tinyat number 4, Lima Echo India.
Well, you see, you have the spray gun with the water, right? Water counters fire. You remember the 4 pairs, right? Fire versus water, thunder versus wind, and you have like mountain versus the water, the swamp, and light like versus dark, right? The smoke, the chi, right? Light versus the chi. So different kinds of element when the thing is stuck, right? Like you have that kind of chi stuck. You use the opposite to kill it, and that is one of the wisdom. Really cool, yeah, and it is fast indeed. Not only fast, but effective because you're using the right element to deal with it instead of like it's like you want to hammer a nail into the wall, right? And you started using a pellet gun, it doesn't work. You need a hammer, right? So right tool for the job. Tina number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Yeah, I've been getting into the habit of doing a reading at the beginning of the Zello sessions now. So I just did a card and got Yung Yum Yum. So I'm reading that as being pre-heaven is good, mind is clear, but the body isn't really that good at the moment. Maybe because I just got up. um, so I did a div to see if that's the reading that the card or the card that the god wanted me to get. I got a sing, and then I did an element card, and I got the King of Spades, which is the earth element, which maybe relates to the body not being so great. Back to you, tin number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Okay. Well, yum is not always a bad. It could mean like the god just don't have much help for what you're doing, right? Because you ask the god to give you the result, the god can say, I don't have anything to offer, right? Um, anyway, talking about this div, this morning we had some extra like add-on upgrade. So you see, when you look at the 6th line, it's like Yeah, now you're like only talking about D1, D68 condition. But what if the god is like trying to give you a heads up? Like heads up, something bad's coming today, or heads up, you might have accident today, right? That can happen. So how do you, actually know what direction is the div about something bad, or is it about something good? Like just now, you say, "Oh yeah, so it seems like my body is not doing good," right? But if the div is about something good, like the whole direction is like a good news. Even it's a yum, you can read it as like the god is just like, ah, ha, 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 yeah, bad shit, like that. Like, the god is like actually happy, showing you a yum, right? So the whole vibe of the answer will change because of the direction. And this direction, how do you get it? Well, before you do six line, right? You use like two cards, like the Yum Yang Sing method. You draw two card, and two card. So you have six. Okay. Now you read the result for them. So it could be like Yum Yang or Sing, right? And first, it's about the timing. Second, about location. And third is about the outcome. So timing is like, what is the God focusing on for this div session? So if the God is like negative, right? It means he is talking about something in the past. It could be like, oh, I just had a dream. So he's like talking about your dream. Or you can be like talking about the future, which is positive, or sing, which is like something now, right now, right? So you can think about timing. Second is location. When you have sing, it's a D1 pre-heaven. So something in D1 is like, it's not going to happen yet. It could even not happen, but it's a potential that I want to talk about. Anything D6 is negative. D6 is post-heaven negative. So it's like something in the D6. It could be ye crap, mental issues, people cursing you, whatever, right? Like that. D8 is something positive, and it's like you can see it. Like, oh, you have a car accident, or maybe you broke a cup or something, right? Something you can see. Then you go to the last one. So you have Yum and Yang as the bad and good. And last one, the Sing is a ping, right? So you have like Gat Hong Ping, right? So now you have this focus. It kind of fine tune your little needle to the right direction. Now with this in mind, you look at the sixth line, it will give you a totally different vibe. Tina number two, Golf Echo India.
Yacht number 2, Gulf Echo India. I love adding these layers. So, yeah, that's really excellent. That just is a quick way to change the entire mindset around the div to have a much better understanding right off the bat about what is being talked about. Um, it is it does strike me very much like you've related it before to like um, charades, where it's like, yeah, you don't really speak the same language as the god, so you're like choosing ways to pantomime this stuff to each other. So being able to have signals for this is a good thing and this is a bad thing. Kind of like how in charades there's signals for, this is a movie, this is a book, you know. Um, that's just so helpful. It narrows things down tremendously before you even start looking at the lines. So that's really cool. Um, yeah, the part where you're talking about using sound to clear out the stagnant wind element. That's really fascinating to me. I know you had talked before about um, using sound, which translates to wind, to like help clear ghosts out of an area, like if you're camping or something, help protect your campsite that way. Um, so seeing it in another situation, another application here, the way you used it, that's really cool too. More tools for the toolbox. I love it. Back to you, Tina, number 2, Golf Echo India.
You remember the camping example? That was from Wing and Lei going going to the dark that night. Yeah, every time, you kind of messed up. Like Leia and Wing go to there and then they forgot to bring flashlight, right? It seems like you messed up, but actually because of that, you learned something new. So every time I encounter something that seems bad, I always look at what I can learn out of it. And yeah, this is really cool. This time it's like, wow, so much wind. And hey, if I have a lot of wind here, right, then in D6 is the opposite. It has a lot of sound. So suddenly it's like shaking up everything in the D6. And with a lot of sound, you're like, hey, imagine in this world, there's like a very noisy uh, place. It attracts the life over, right? Like all the animals want to check out what's going on. And if we don't clear that sat, then what happened on the other world is like, there's so many things from the D6 that is like curious, and then oh, let me check this thing out, right? But if you blow everything away, there's no more sound, no more movement, all that stuff is gone, then you're back to normal, right? Yeah. And of course, you can always like use that instrument. You walk around the house as you do the sound. In D6, it's like you're stirring up the wind. So as I walk, and it depends on counterclockwise or clockwise and how I want to walk the house. If I walk the house counterclockwise, I am drilling that tornado back up to the sky. But if I'm doing like clockwise, then I'm drilling things down. So if I want to like for example, I want to get rid of, right? I will be walking the house counterclockwise instead of clockwise, stirring up a different kind of wind to pull away things. The wind that pulls down things is like you're urging things from the pre-heaven to come down. Like, hey, money, come down, luck, come down, right? But I want to get rid of, so it's a different way of walking. Um, in the ancient time, people like dance around the fire, and they make sound. They hit the drum and shake the shells, make sound as they walk, and they're actually creating that wind in D6. So yeah, there we go. Teacher number 2, Charlie Hotel playing golf. Where's Charlie then? Charlie is playing the golf.
Sorry, Sergeant. Did you say Charlie Hotel Golf or Charlie Hotel playing golf? Back to you.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah, it's like, I was trying not to jam in again and take somebody else's turn. But yes, the symbol that you're talking about, where you hit and you walk around and how you could create song, you kind of equates it to like when you see some of them primitive tribes, like the American Indians or some of those pygmy tribes in Amazon or Africa, they'll be around the fireplace and they like have their ceremonies with their little drums and stuff. I guess that is what they were doing, creating songs in D6, or is it D6? And just to go back to the Divin as well, I was really happy to get this another piece of the puzzle for the Div, where we could use six cards to navigate the message that we're gonna get, or at least have a better guide railing or guideposts to where we're supposed to go, because the time, the location, and good, bad, ordinary. It's it all it's more of like what's the word I'm looking for? Something to guide us in the right direction, because it's not like if you could see the God. So that definitely really helps. I'll definitely try it later on during the day and see how that goes, and I'll keep you updated with that. And just to go back to the musical instruments, besides the big, well, I believe it's the gong thing, or is it the symbol you're talking about? Because I could remember seeing on the magical tool list on the forum, there's a symbol, two silver things that you hold on your hip symbols, and then there's this other big copper, flat kind of disc where you hit with a mallet or a little gong. Yeah, maybe you could tell me more about that. Back to you, Timmy at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, usually that instrument we call the law, right? It's like a golden disc. That thing usually is hit to make the announcement, and also to get the god to like receive, like you're like putting things onto the announcement board, telling them to receive, giving feedback, telling them stuff. Sometimes it like usually used at the end of things, so it means like you're done, telling them that you're done, closing, closing, closing. But today we borrow that instrument as a way to project the sound that we need. So yeah. Um, One more piece of information to add now to the div. So you have the three element, right? You have like the timing, location, good, bad. Now let's add one more, and this one you'll pick one card. Oh yes, just one. Okay, so you pick one card. And this one card, what are you talking about? Well, we're talking about 9 star. That will take a whole round to talk about. But anyway, in short, okay, 1 to 9 is all about the 9 star. And you have 10, which is also like just like a one, but the one came out, so manifest. And then you have the Jack, Queen, King. Okay. Now, if it's a Jack, it's about something local in the human world. Queen is something in the ghost altar, and King is something up there in the sky. It could be like that. You can also read as they are numbers. So Jack is 11, which combined is add them together is 2, and a queen is 12, so it becomes 3, and king is a 4. So now you can read all the numbers. So basically a 10 is a 1, and then you have jack is a 2. You just kind of repeat that way. Now you have one of the 9 star. Then you can add on to your time, location, and outcome to see more details about what is going on with this combo. And then you go to the 6th line. We're going to talk more about 9 star later, but let's move on to your number 2, Delta November Golf.
Yeah, team at number 2, Delta November Golf. Greeting everyone in the net and Jajang Pijan. And yeah, so I just kind of remember about what you said earlier. And so we have to take like a 2 card and 2 card and 2 card, like 3 times, and then this one determine like the first is the timing, location, and then the outcome, and then we can do the 9 star. 1 to the 9 is the 9 star. If the 10 is gonna be go back again 1, jack 2, queen 3, and the king is 4, and then we're gonna do the 6th line after that, like we used to do that before. And yeah, so it's kind of like interested the one you talk about, the how to stirring up the chi, and then how to counter clockwise, maybe like you did earlier using the sound uh, to make it back the Gucci or to neutral it. And because it's having to do in the restaurant also. My restaurant, if I want to like do cleansings and for the restaurant, so yeah, am I gonna using the sound? You said you gonna do the clockwise or the counterclockwise, clockwise for the going up to the free heaven, right? And then the counterclockwise for the drilling side, and or it's just like the easy. It's like write down the food and then put in the water and then sprinkle the the restaurant with that. So yeah, uh, I really know. Uh, Back to you, net controller. Team jet number 2, Delta November Golf.
Ah, well, using sound, there are different instruments that does different things, and you can like kind of categorize them with the five elements. So there are elements that is like um, gold element, like the bell, and you have the water element that brings things down, like the hang. You have like the drum that is wood element, and there's this symbol that look like two shell, and you like go chang 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 like that, or hit the two part that is fire. And the law that I use today is earth, and earth element will make the cheese shrink in, collect back the chi, right? Like shrink the chi back in. So you're like collecting everything back into you. Um, if you want to like exorcise, right? Like kick the crap out, you'll need the symbol, right? That one, like you have two piece and you go around and go chang 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 chang. Right? So different um element combined with like it's related to different instrument based on the property. And yeah, you can use magic and sound together. We use these instruments for the rite and for like chanting, and they're also related to the five element for their purpose as well. Okay, before I begin the long lecture, anyone want to check in? Check in, check in. Okay, we'll begin. So now we talk about that new element, which is the nine star, right? Now you can kind of put that nine star as a like the first card actually, not like after the three double card. So you have one that goes to three pairs, and then it goes to the sixth line, and then one for the five element, and then you keep confirming. So now your table needs to be bigger because you have more things to put. um, okay. This nine star card, okay, we call it the well, in a nice fancy word, it's called the main dragon that comes down. Ah, that is like the the sky giving you the main chi, like the main tips or the main focus. This is like what it's really mostly about. Okay, so you have that nine star. Then you have those sky ground human, right? And then you use this nine star, combine everything, and then now you know how to look at the six lines better. The nine star, how do you read it? One to nine. Well, let us go through the examples again quickly. So one is like D1, okay? The color first. D1 is white, Okay, D1 is white because it contains everything. It's full, it's complete. Just like white light from the sun, it contains all the other colors. So the D1 is white. Okay, D2 is the opposite, and D2 is black. It doesn't have any light. So that's why it can suck the D1 over. Okay, D2 has a suction power. When it calls on the D1, okay, like D2 is like a black hole, kind of like that. So it pulls the D1 over. Now, when the D1 element is coming down and it's like pulling itself out of the location, right? Like transferring, let's say D1 is the computer drive and D3 is like the file in transfer. Okay. D3 is green. And because it is still outside of the thing of the D2, it's being shined by the D1 white. And so the green is light green in color. It looks like the northern light, light green. And once this element from the source went into the receiving party, which is the D2, it becomes a dark green, and that is D4. Okay, because now it's inside a thing, and it's not like near that white anymore, right? So it's inside the dark now. It's a D4 dark green. As the D4 go down, okay, it start to have changes, and once the D4 stop moving, it loses the power of move, and so the cheese stabilize and it become D5 yellow. Okay, now the yellow is going down more to D6. Okay, D6 is when the yellow sinks down and it breaks down, like it combines those green and yellow together, it becomes a blue. It first start off with like a dark blue because it's inside the dark area, and as the blue accumulate and get full, it gets more and more whitish in color, and eventually you have cyan, and then it becomes a white again because it's like a full completion inside the D2 dark area. So it becomes like another full form. Now, because it's full, it needs to break. So during this time, the D6 white, which used to be blue, right? It breaks out of the D2 zone and it becomes a D7. It creates a new color that is opposite of the blue, which is red. And when it first started, the red is kind of like blood red, and eventually it comes out more to the outside, which the D1 can see again, right? So it becomes like a pink color, or a cherry blossom pink color. As the stuff inside come out more and more, right? It becomes a D8, which because D8 is like it came out already and it started to develop the outside. So D8 will get more, like from pink, it get more of that yellow, so it becomes more like orange color, and then as it go from orange, it starts to get more and more complete until it's white again. White is the completion color. So in D8, it goes to white. And because it's full again, right, it needs to go back up to the pre-heaven. So in this case, the white will turn into the purplish color, light purple, and eventually it evaporates up and become more and more to the dark purple, and then to very dark, very dark, very dark, into D2, and boom, it becomes D1 on the top again. There we go. this is a rundown of the energy color of the 9 star. Okay, let's go back up. I know you guys are kind of like fried. Tia number 4, Lima Echo India.
Tingjet number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, Sir John. So I got now that we're adding 2 more things to the div. Um, the first one is the direction. So we're diving for so we div like a yum and young, or we do two pairs 3 times. So one for timing, one for location outcome. What I got is like so the yum is the past, the yang is the future, and the sing is the present, and then the location for the second one is pre-heaven is the sing. That's like a D1. Then the yum is like a D6, and then young is like something D8. I'm thinking, and then the outcome is gut hung and the peng with the young the yum and young and the sing. So I got that. So after that we go and we look at the 9 star, and what I got is if we use the card. The Jack is like the local, and the Queen is Ghost Altar, and the King is the Sky, and the Jack is like the for the 9 star is number 2, the Queen is 3, and King is 4. So yeah, and then we use the elements for the 9 star with all the colors and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting. I got Tinyet number 4, Lima Echo India.
Yes, what you said is correct. Yeah, so you got it, but you have to go through examples to actually see how it works. I will move on to the list and see how everyone's doing first, and maybe we work on some examples. TN number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Yeah, okay, so I've written down the as you're writing the different colors and the way they there's the logic of the way that they shift from one color to the next. I hadn't really heard it expressed that way before. So yeah, that really helps add to a layer of understanding to the 9 star theory. You were saying that we need to do this, draw 1 card at the beginning before we do a div session to give us the main dragon for the is that for the whole div session? And so say for example I pulled I pulled one earlier. I got the 7 of spades. That would be D7. Is that correct? And then that would be something to do with D7 is when things start to come out, isn't it? So from D6, so that would be a manifesting theme in my life for the day, or whatever I'm asking about. Tunet number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
It doesn't always have to be something manifesting. 9 star is like 9 different chi. And when the chi goes into you, you will do something alike with it. D7 is created like the we call D7 is like the it's like when you poop, right? The kind of thing that push things out from something. So hey, if I apply that to Ding's restaurant, right? If I want to kick someone out of the restaurant, that could be a D7 element. You can use D7 to explain a lot of things. It's just like exerting something from a ground, and what is the ground? That depends, right? So we have to look at where the location is and so on. And sometimes it can lead to like maybe just some people are cursing you with the mouth. Hey, that's a D7. It could be a D7, right? Their D7. So there are so many ways to interpret that D7. But yeah, with the time, location, good or bad, plus this one, now that will lead you to think, right? That will lead you to like have a better direction. Okay, let's move on. TN number 2, Golf Echo India.
Vignette number 2, Golf Echo India. Yeah, cool. Okay, I feel like I'm keeping up so far. It's clear to me that this is not color theory in the Western sense. This is a transformative cycle. Um, the darker colors um, indicate their proximity to D2, whereas the lighter colors indicate their proximity to D1, transforming back up into that completeness from their specified aspect. I hope I'm getting that right. It makes sense to me that this is another way of looking at or expressing um, a cycle of chi, much like is it the 12 branches? Obviously, I've not studied that well enough yet either. Um, but yeah, I'm really intrigued by the different properties that these colors are indicating as they shift and move through these phases. Back to you, team yacht number 2, Golf Echo India.
Okay, to your surprise, another surprise is that these colors are nature's DNA, and they are actually embedded into the whole um, medical system. So if you go check out someone in D6 and you see their like their soul or their energy body is giving you a message, you might see a certain color, and it leads you to understand what is the chi doing. So if you see like, how come I'm seeing like a lot of dark green and then some black and like that, then you know what it is. The black is the D2, meaning like it's a light consuming color. It's like a ghost, right? It eat the light. So that's something that is like consuming, and it's consuming the green, which here I'm seeing like a dark green color, kind of like vegetable, right? And that green means it's a D4. So something is dealing with the D4 stage, and D4 in like you remember we talk about the six chi, right? The different chi. So we have like the wind, the cold, and then the exhaust, and then so on, right? All that. So the D4 is like when the chi is um in like what we call the cold state. It just entered you. Okay, so it creates thinking, right? So something inside your mind that is very consuming your essence, and you're being bothered by it, trying to think through things. It's kind of like you're kind of brain fried, but you feel very tired because this blackness is right there trying to consume and kill your thinking power. It's trying to prove you wrong. And when you go diagnose people by soul travel and you see this color, you know what it is, right? So it it's there. You looked at it. What does it mean, right? Like you understand the color, then you understand what is showing you. There was time when I see someone is like, it shows me orange, and there's like a lot of bright red around the edge, and there's like some black, the lines like blood veins lines look like that, but it's black. It's like very black, all around it. So what does it mean? Well, orange is a D8. So that energy body is showing you the message that the physical side, like physical health or the yang chi, you can say, right? Something on the surface is getting exhausted. It's like outputting too much because of the red, right? It's like exerting, and then the black is like showing you that it's consuming up the light, the resources. So the body is worn out and is very tired. So when we look at people's in D6, sometimes the message comes in like that. Tina number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. So, D1 is white, D2 is black, D3 is green, D4 is sorry, D3 is light green, D4 is dark green, D5 is yellow, D6 is dark blue, D7 is red, D8 is orange, and last color would be light pink for D9. That's what I've gotten so far, Satran. So I'm following with that right here. Um, in terms of how we delve and how you teach us that everything has an order. First, we delve to find the direction of the message, which would be the three pairs. From there, that is when we're going to delve and get one card, which you mentioned. That's a new piece of information that you gave us, which is still a little hazy to me because from what I wrote down, King, Jack, Queen. The King is local. Jack is Ghost Altar. Queen is Sky. 4-2-4-2-3. I'm still a little weird about that. Like, so what? We need to compile all the King, Queens, and Jack together and draw one, or just draw from the same pack that we have, which we've been drawing from. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on that. Tiniat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay, one thing is D9 is supposed to be purple. Okay, it gets to a purple color, and the purple goes from bright violet purple, pinkish salmon color. That color you can see, like sometimes you can see that color in the sky when they have northern lights. And then eventually it gets to like a darker tone of purple, and then it goes back to very dark, and then it's gone. It become black again, and boom, you snap back to the white. In the 9 star, 1, 6, 8 are what we call the 3 white songs. Okay, 3 white songs, because one, like white, it means complete, right? So when things are done and complete, it's a white. So you can say D1 is a complete pre-heaven form. It's kind of like a seed. It's a D1. Okay. So if you have like pumpkin seed, oh yeah, it's not like a pumpkin, but it is a full form. It's like a zip file. You just need to like unzip it, right? So D1 is like that. Okay. It's like one drop of essence, and it can grow to the whole thing. So if you say you have the essence that is like, okay, this is your career essence. Okay. One drop from free heaven, one drop of that essence come down to the ground, which is the D2, which is you here. Okay. So you don't have any of that. That's why you're a D2. Okay. So you get it from the pre heaven. So it's kind of like planting a seed into you. And then because of that, you grow, right? That essence blossom, and it becomes a whole plant, and it has like flowers, and then it has fruit, and then it has all kind of things. So you look at like the whole plant, the whole tree with the fruit, it looks nothing like the seed, but the seed is the pre-heaven form of that thing, right? So in post-heaven, the seed unpacks into many things. That's why you cannot look at the pre-heaven, like the div, right, as a pre-heaven thing. You cannot look at that and then really get like exactly what's in the post-heaven, because that's just one of the many ways it can manifest. Okay. So anyway, the 3 white is D1, which is the seed, and then you have post-heaven D6, okay, which is like the internal. It needs to be full internal, and then it has to be full external, right? So that's the two. It's kind of like saying you have a soul inside. The soul is born, the organs and then body and everything then comes out, right? So you have to have the inside, right? The soul, and then you have the body. So you have both the non-physical and the physical. They combine, and now you can have something that actually will have life. Okay, so that's the three white zones. 1, 6, 8. Okay, 6 is the internal of us, and 8 is the external of us. You can also say 6 is like the living, moving, but it's the non-physical side of us. The 8 is the physical side of us. So anything that you can touch with your hand, or anything like, you open up the body, you can touch the inside too, right? So those are all D8. Okay, anything inside your body right now is D8. But anything you cannot see but is driving your body, that is the D6. Okay, that's the soul. Let's go to teacher number 2, Delta November Golf.
Vignette number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah, it's so many information about this D9. Yeah, this one is really confused, and it's overwhelming to me. So I think I just kind of want to listen and reviewing it again later, so I have a right understanding right now. But I got haven't like a click yet on the what you guys saying right now. So I got nothing to say. And back to you, net control. Team net number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay. In the modern feng shui, a lot of the people think that 9 stars are like some, bling, bling, bling kind of star in the sky, and then somehow you're affected by it. It's not like that, okay? And a lot of people have this like freak out moment when they see, oh, there's like a number 5 star. They call this like the Hong Sat, right? Always like 5 is like the bad one. Don't move it. It's bad. It's not bad, okay? Every star can be good or bad depending on how you use it and what it's doing to you at what timing. So again, let me just go through your everyday life process of how you work, how you deal with things, okay? So D1 is like the Yun Sun above, and D2 is you in the post heaven here, like here. So when you are D2, it means that you feel like I don't have something, I need something, right? So desire, the drive of like I need help, right? It's the D2. The more you are like a ghost, the more you want, okay, the more D2 you are, okay? So if you don't have, like, let's say you're a disciple, you come in here and you have no desire to learn, okay? You don't ask questions, you have nothing curious about, your D2 is very weak. Compared to someone who come here and like, oh, I want to learn that, I want to understand this, I'm really interested about that, that's a strong D2, okay? So as a Taoist or any learner, the more ghosty you have, the more ghost power, the D2, the better it is, because the more you want to learn, right? Okay, now you have that ghost power, the D2. What happened? When you ask yourself, okay, for answers, your Yun Sun will listen. Yun Sun will sense, right? So, okay, the D1 above is like, okay, you want to know how to cook something. You want to know how to fix this problem. Okay, I will give you help. So when the Yun Sun rain down the resources, the light come down, right? And first it approach the D2, which is you here, but it's outside of you. So the D3 stage, right, the green, is like the time when you have ideas coming to you. Okay, ideas are coming to you. And then it changes. you look at the ideas outside and you pick, oh, I really like that one. Okay, let me think about it. When you think and ponder, D4, right? Now, the thinking will go to a stage where you stop. When you stop thinking, what do? You decide, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, right? Yeah, we should do it. So that's D5. And then when you, after you decide, you kind of keep it in your gut. That's D6. Okay, so you kind of hold on to it until you're like, okay, I think I'm ready now. When you feel you're like internally all ready to do it, I'm like so hype about it. I feel so good. Okay, D7 will happen. You have that urge where like you, I want to release, I want to do it, I want to tell someone. That is D7. D8, when you develop physically, you're doing it, making it happen. And then D9 is everything is done. Now you're observing, and then everything goes back to the heart and to the Yunsan again. And then the Yunsan, no, okay, I got it, D1. Okay. And then you have the next desire, next question, and then boom, you're at D2 again. And then the Yunsan come down and cycle again. Let's move on. TN number 4, Lima Echo India.
Vignette number 4, Lima Echo India. Uh, yes, John. Yeah. This is quite a lot. So we're combining a lot of things. So yeah. So I'm wondering about the dark green. So John said like the chi there is like, I know it has to relate to like the thinking power, but I'm wondering about what Shajam mentioned about like the dark chi, or the cheese like damp or exhausted or something.
You got cut off.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, when you did like diagnosis for like somebody's soul, is that like, I remember like it used to be like, I remember like each soul fragment have like different colors or something like that. So, but is that like their soul fragment for like just to give you a hint of like what's going on, or is that like just a uh the just 9 star or whatever, like it's just like the god giving you the hint, or it's like it's actually what their stuff look like in D6. Vignette number 4, Lima Echo India.
Okay. um, hey, well, there are many ways to do diagnosis. But when you do diagnosis, it's kind of like a div. Like you have to hit that person with your power, and then your power create the message for you to tell you what's going on. And the message is like coming back with all these kind of information. So it can be in colors. If I use card, it will be in numbers, right? And you can use the number back to 9 star and kind of draw the picture out as well. So it depends on how you want to do diagnosis. But when I was like soul travel and go over, I looked at their their energy body, and their energy body will show me stuff. Like will show you, for example, sometimes it show you like a visual. For example, like there's a guy being tied up, and all the hands are being tied up in chains, and why the hell is he in chains, right? So now you kind of know, okay, here's like something is pulling on the hands, and what does it mean, right? So they're like this kind of message. Sometimes it's like a bunch of colors flying around. Sometimes it's shapes and things like that. So you have to understand many things. So when you look at it, you know how to decode the message, and then you can confirm. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but that is what makes the whole diagnosis like more juicy, right? So yeah, let's move on. Tier number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Yeah, I think I've reached my quota of mental resources for the day. I shunked out there for a bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on paying attention and seeing how you. I imagine you'll be doing a few more lessons on this. So I've got some good notes for today though, especially about the colours. Um, and the extra card. That's a great addition to the whole thing. Yeah, back to you. TNet number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
No problem. It is very overwhelming sometimes. Okay, let me give you an example. If okay, you are a person, but I want you to imagine yourself, you are like, you know those planet diagram, right? Like you have a core, and then you have a bunch of like inside layer, and then you have the outside shell, right? So I have to go from your outside, and now I'm going to shoot like a ball or a cannonball or something on you to test you to see what it's like. So the first shot, boom, that thing is going to hit your surface, right? So it's hitting your outside, okay? And then I shoot one more time, it hit into the inside, right? So it's going into your inner layer. If I shot one more time, now it goes into the inside core, the center, right? So you can see because of that, if I shoot a god into you, I have to go 3 times, and it goes from the outside, inside, and pre-heaven. 8, 6, 1, right? These 3 elements. If you use playing card and you get like, let's say, a 7, a 6, and a 5, what does it mean? Well, we can explain it this way. That planet or that guy or whatever his energy body, okay, in the very center, there's a yellow light ball of light, right? And then outside of that is surrounded by blue color. And then the outside is a red edge or reddish surface, right? So you see the blue and the red, right? Of course, they kind of have a like glowing out to a purple kind of effect, right? So anyway, what can we tell out of this? Well, if you look at it this way, red is what you're doing, and I mean, sorry, the outside is what you're doing. The inside is like why or for what, right? Like my mind. So I am exerting my power for blue, which is like, defend, right? So I'm exerting my power to defend myself. And my heart, my inside, right? The feeling is 5, which is uh well, it can be like I'm still, I'm focused, or it could be like I'm exhausted. Now it depends on the yum or the yang property of this color. If it's like a yum, then you're like exhausted 5. If it's a yang, then you're like focused and confident, right? If the 6 is like a yum, then it's like a dark uh blue, right? So instead of like saying blue is like defend, you'll be nervous, right? And then the 7, if it's like a young, like a positive kind of 7, is like okay, you're expressing yourself, you're manifesting. But if you're like a negative kind of young, then it's kind of like you're doing destructive stuff to yourself, something like that, right? So with all these elements combined, right, you have the chi color, and then the yum and yang property of that color. Now it becomes more interesting. Tier number 2, Gulf Echo India.
Yacht number 2, Gulf Echo India. That makes a lot more sense, especially when we're talking about the phases that have a lot of shift to them. The 60, 78, the way that they go from like the darker color to the brighter and even white and almost white. um, being able to distinguish that as being well, as essentially having, yin and yang property, being closer to, D1, D2. That kind of links a lot of pieces for me, that connects some dots. So that's cool. Um, and then I guess my next question is, if you're doing a div and you pull your 9-star card to go with the card method, um, do you then want to uh, pull, I guess it would be one more card as opposed to two. Do you want to pull one more card to distinguish uh, its yum or young property? Back to you, team yacht number 2, Golf Echo India.
You don't have to because you have the gut or the hong or the ping already. So ping would be like the star is at like its neutral state, and then like it's not moving, it's developed, it's neutral, and then you have the yum and yang, which is like it's more to the negative or positive side. So you have that already in the next set. Okay, so you can kind of get it this way. The first element is the 9-star, and it goes through the three pairs. It's kind of like a filter, right? It goes through the filter, and then now it goes down to the 6th line and the 5 element. So kind of like that. Yeah. So when you do actual examples, I will show you how it's done. Teacher number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Senior number two, Charlie Hotel Golf. Well, I'm following as best as I can that one. Especially with how you describe when you're traveling to observe the different colors, and the different colors will inform you about the chi itself. I'm really excited to find out how we're going to incorporate this new bit of information that you get us. Um, I've already figured out the process. Well, not figured out, but I'm following the process. We draw our three pairs. That's going to give us the guide of how the message, well, the direction of the message from the 6 and the elements. And yeah, I'm really excited. But this one card that we will be drawing after we draw the three pairs, what maybe you said it earlier, and I probably missed it, but what exactly does this tell us? Yeah, because you reference them as the local ghosts and sky, which is the king, jack, and queen. Back to you, Tenet number 2, Charlie.
Okay, little change here. You draw one card first, and that card will be related to 9-star, and then it goes down to the 3 pairs, and then it goes down to the 6th line. Okay, 1, 3, 6, like that. Okay, so yeah, just like that for now. The 9-star, you use Jack Queen King as like 2, 3, 4. But sometimes you can also see it gives a hint if it's Jack Queen King, right? The hint about it, like that thing related more to the sky, the ground, or the human. Um, it doesn't have to be the sky equals the Yun Sun, you know? That's the fun part. Like, if I'm talking about a business, the sky is the boss, and the ground can be the office, and the human is like the client, right? So it can be like that too. So that's the fun part of things. Like it's a structure. Once you understand the structure, you'll be able to like put it into different things, and that is when you have to like really curious of like, hey, what does it mean? What does it mean? And now the God have many ways to guide you to your answers. Teacher number 2, Delta November Golf.
Senior number 2, Delta November Golf. I kind of following the one you said that the seed from the D1, and then after that it can be manifested, become until the fruit, and then it will grow and change. So yeah, I think it's still confused, yeah, John. So yeah, back to you. Vignette number 2, Delta November Golf.
I can tell a lot of people are overloaded. It's okay. I am just explaining everything once, like a 101. Okay, don't expect yourself to like. "Ah, I need to get it right away. It's more like an introduction. So today is like you get a taste of things and get you curious of things. Okay, so when we're back online or even JOG, when we do actual examples, then when I bring out this again, you're gonna feel more familiar and you will learn. Okay. So it is now 5:39. We'll end the net here. 73 to all. We'll see you back online and also the net tonight. Team number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo is clear. Clear.
Vignette number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.
Senior number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf